I know we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but we do, okay? Let's keep it real, we do. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Guess what? Today marks my 3-year anniversary as a flight attendant. We have made it by the grace of God, okay? I am just as shocked, honey. Every year, I'm like, oh my God, I'm still here. Okay, so I thought it was only right to hop on here and share with you guys my reflections as a flight attendant, 3 years in the game. I have 12 reflections that I want to go over with you all. But before I do that, go ahead and like the video. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the Pristine Posse and click that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post content. And also, before we get started, I am at home, and if you hear any num munching, it's Pepper because he's eating his lunch, acting like he's never had a meal in his life, okay? He just took a break, but I feel like he's gonna get back to it, okay? Just to let y'all know. Starting off with number 1, we show what we deserve by what we look like. With that being said, I'm speaking about how we present ourselves as flight attendants when we show up to work, okay? As I always tell you all, you will always have eyes on you from passengers as a flight attendant, whether it's for help with getting to, let's say a gate, or help looking for their seat, for reassurance whenever there's turbulence, for help, whether it's like for a drink or a seatbelt extension, whatever it is, it could be anything. However, people do notice the effort that you put into your appearance, whether it's putting on makeup, whether it's accessorizing, keeping your uniform nice and crisp and clean, shining your shoes, having your clothes nice and ironed. All these things take an account to how someone will potentially treat you. And for me personally, I've done my own little case studies. I'll come to work, no makeup, and I get base level treatment, okay? Base level respect. Of course, I'm always respectful to other people. However, when I put on makeup, passengers are more friendly, okay? They're friendly, they're a little more chipper. When I have on the makeup plus the heels, passengers are their friendliest, okay? The friendliest they can be. Everyone is super, super duper nice. Trust me, I've tested this theory plenty of times just to see what's tea, and I'm gonna swear by that study. Also, if you have on heels, you do less work. And let me tell you, you do less work because if I'm a passenger in first class and I see that you're all dolled up and you took the time to get yourself together and I'm a little parched, I don't want to bother you, having you walk back and forth in your heels and your feet start hurting because of me. I'm just going to wait until you walk by, or I'm just going to forget I'm even parched because you know what? I don't want to bother you. You put in all this work to look good. Let me just leave you alone and admire your beauty. Listen, that's my theory and I'm going to stand on that. So I want you guys to try it out. Ladies of the Pristine Posse, if you're a flight attendant, put the heels on and just see. Put the heels on one flight, take them off the next flight. Just see what happens. Just see and come back to this video and let me know down in the comments what's tea. Also with pilots, they always look put together majority of the time. However, I have worked with 3 in particular who came to work just not up to par. I mean, they needed a haircut, the clothes were wrinkled, there was a stain on the shirt, like just a combination of things. And I know we're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but we do, okay? Let's keep it real. Now, because I'm not used to seeing pilots looking a mess, that was very alarming to me when I did see those 3 people that I remember vividly. Like, I don't remember the people that look put together because there's so many of them, but the ones that don't, I'm like, oh, what's tea? What's going on? Because here's the thing, I'm not even concerned about that you look a mess. Something could have happened. I'm concerned about our safety because did you have to rush to work? and that's why you didn't have time to get ready? Why did you have to rush? Are you tired? Did you get enough rest? I don't want you to fly this plane if you're tired, okay? Ultimately, how you take care of yourself is a form of self-respect, and others will treat you accordingly. So please take that extra time to get yourself together. Number 2, I have learned, for me personally, your girl gets burnt out after 3 days, okay? 4-day trips are just really tough for me, especially if they do not end by 2 p.m. sharp. Like, I don't want the last day to be a long day and we're ending at 7, 8 o'clock at night. No, I can't do it. And now I know myself, I'm very self-aware that if I have a trip that starts midday on day 4 and it's like an 11 to 8, I will literally put money on the last turn and have somebody pick that up, because I'm just like, I can't do it. I'll be too cranky. No. However, if I'm not able to drop the trip or no one is able to pick it up and I don't want to utilize a call out for just 1 day, what I will do is, to combat the upcoming attitude that's going to come on day 4, I try to prepare myself. And by preparing myself, I like to have at least one savory meal that I pack that I can look forward to, either have a podcast or an episode of a show that I can watch on the last day. And also, I will always have my home clean so that when I come home, all I have to do is light a candle and just relax. These are some of the things that I do to keep my sanity alive when I know that I have a long 4-day trip ahead of me. Number 3, speaking of a work schedule, for me personally, I like to have 3 days off at a time. Okay, the first day is to rest, second day is for errands, and the third day is straighten up what needs to be done around the house and meal prep. And in that order, okay? Anytime I tried to switch it up, it just did not work. This routine has personally worked best for me in terms of preparing me for my next work trip, whether it be a 3-day or 4-day. When it comes to scheduling, I've also realized that every day is not gonna be a productive day. It's not gonna be a high energy day. I'm not a workhorse. And with that being said, I have started to incorporate cycle syncing when it comes to creating my work schedule along with my content schedule. And by doing this has allowed me to be aware and to plan ahead of time. Now, personally, when I know that I am PMSing, the smallest inconvenience will annoy me. So with that being said, I need to be at home. So I will pull up the Flow app and make sure that I schedule my work schedule in advance so that I'm at home, you know, resting, chilling, and not getting annoyed by the smallest thing on the plane, okay? And on the flip side, during my follicular phase, I'm more productive, I have high energy. That's when I can really push it in the gym. I have the creative energy to create content for you guys. And if I have enough energy, I will even pick up trips, because I'm like, girl, just thug it out, pick up these trips so that you can relax later without stressing about finances. Number 5, I realized that I thrive best when I have something to look forward to. So this year in 2024, I'm going to make sure that I utilize my travel benefits and go to different places, whether it's in the US or outside the US. This year in 2024, I definitely want to strategize better and utilize my travel benefits. And with that being said, I have entered my DIY era, okay, to save some coins. One of the things that I have incorporated thus far is wearing press-on nails, which is what I have on right now. And these are OPI, and I've had them on for about 3 weeks now. Now, maybe 2 or 3 came off and then I just put them back on, but this is nice. And I get compliments, so I'm just like, not saving money and getting compliments. Wait a minute. Also incorporated eating my food at home, preparing my meals, which I already do, but I just wanted to like really not let my groceries get old, because I'm number one for going to the store, buying all this healthy food, and then 4 or 5 days later, I'm like, I gotta treat myself. Like, no more of that. I'm in my eating to live era, not living to eat, okay? We are eating for fuel, and we're gonna keep it pushing. Moving right along to number 6, I definitely wanna spend more time with Pepper the cat. You know, that's my little baby, and I just want to make sure that I'm not neglecting him. So I have created these little DIY interactive toys to just keep his brain going, and I'll make sure I play with him from time to time. And just being more observant. As you know, I went through the little trials and tribulations with him getting his anal glands infected, and I just want to make sure I'm on top of it moving forward, because, you know, the most embarrassing thing is going to the vet and I'm telling them that he's been constipated. And the vet is like, so when did the symptoms occur? And I'm just sitting there like, that's a good question. I don't know. Like, girl, no, it's giving bad cat mom. So I'm just like, okay, I need to start paying more attention. If I see some differences, you know, write it down, be aware of what's going on right now. Also, I do get on TikTok from time to time. I like to watch like animal content or nutritional content. So it's very specific when I'm on there. However, I remember seeing this like TikTok about how they were pretty much just saying like, hey, your pet is a part of your life. However, you are your pet's whole life. So make sure you cherish the moments. And y'all, I almost teared up. I was like, oh my God, like, I need to spend more time with my baby, but I still need to live. I just need to have a good balance. So that's what I'm working on this year. Number 7, I want to utilize going on day trips to different cities within the US and using my benefits to go on day trips to go spend time with friends and family that live in different places in the US, because I have the benefits and I need to use them. And I would always say like, oh, if I'm gonna be there for, let's say, half a day, that's nothing, that's not enough time. But girl, you can make something shake in 6 hours, okay? Do you want to go and see your friend or family member and like just go have lunch with them and then come back home? That's better than not seeing them all year. So that's definitely something I would like to incorporate and consider. Okay, I can sleep when I'm dead. I'm like, girl, you need to be outside, okay? Now, quick side note, this channel is growing and I'm so thankful to have new members of the Pristine Posse. Welcome, welcome. Say hey in the comments if you're new and you're loving the content and the reflections thus far. I just wanted to remind you all that I do have consultations. You can email me at pristinepores@gmail.com, and through there we can discuss any topics that you guys would like to discuss, whether it's in the flight attendant realm, a personal realm, and you just want to, like, you know, chat and get some solution oriented advice. I'm happy to give it. So be sure to reach out to me through pristinepores@gmail.com. Please drop a red heart in the comments if you're still here with me, and let's get back into these reflections with number 8. Please network as much as you can, okay, with other crew members, with people on board. You just never know who you're rubbing elbows with. Just to give you guys a quick story time, I remember I was on a flight to Santa Fe and I was taking care of my guest in main cabin. One of my passengers had a really cute necklace, and I was like, oh my God, your necklace is so cute, where'd you get it? And then she was like, actually, I have my own business, like I have a jewelry line. I was like, oh my God, wow. She was like, I would love if you could wear my jewelry and like model my jewelry, like you have a bunch of flights, you're a flight attendant, and I would love for you to showcase my jewelry that way. And I was like, oh my God, like, yes ma'am, I will do it. And y'all, I don't know what happened. I got busy, sidetracked it. I forgot to get her information. So just to throw in a little tip, make sure you network and exchange information, okay? I truly forgot. It just got busy. I think it got turbulent and I had to sit down and she forgot, but it's okay. I have a lot of flights to Santa Fe. I may see her again. You never know. Also, just having a simple conversation with your passengers on board, that's fine too. Just making a simple connection. It doesn't mean that you guys have to network and do business or anything like that. But, you know, don't be afraid to talk to other people on board. I have definitely learned a lot from my passengers or had just great eye-opening conversations with them. So that is definitely something that I would encourage you all to do. Number 9, patience is key. And personally, I have definitely learned how to be more patient, especially when it comes to delays, cancellations, diversions. You know, the rookie me, reserve life me, early days when I was on probation, I would just get so annoyed, like, oh my God, this is so inconvenient. Now I'm sitting here when I could be at home or on the flight, X, Y, and Z. And now I'm able to just realize, okay, it's part of the job, relax. And instead of just sitting there being idle like a sim character, I busy myself and I find something to do, whether that is reading, journaling, editing, or, you know, outlining content that I want to put out for you guys. So essentially, time is never wasted because I have something to do at all times. Number 10, I have become way more observant and understanding throughout my flight attendant journey. I'm able to observe the nonverbals of a passenger who is either drunk or maybe they're annoyed, and I can hop in time to de-escalate the situation before it comes to escorting someone off the plane. I'm more aware and able to observe when I see a passenger coming on board and they look confused and they're not sure where to sit, but they may be too afraid to ask. So then as a flight attendant, I can step in and say, hey, do you need any help finding your seat? I'm happy to help. And normally with that, you know, warm and open delivery, people are very receptive to it, and you can just help them immediately without there being any, you know, tension or confusion or having to move everyone around because someone just sat anywhere. Number 11 is understanding that my job as a flight attendant is to inform, not enforce, okay? Now, I always tell you all, it is about the delivery and the tone whenever you are coming by doing your safety checks and reminding passengers to comply with the rules. Now, just to throw out a quick example, if we're about to land and I'm doing my safety checks and I come by and I notice that a passenger still has their laptop out along with the tray table, when I come by and I tell the passenger, hey, just want to let you know, be sure to wrap it up and put your laptop up and stow your tray table. And if, let's say they were just like, okay, I'll do it in a second, and they shoo me away. At that point, all I can do is take note, all right? Because I have to get back to my jump seat and sit down and ensure my safety. So the most that I can do is, you know, have the other flight attendant remind them, make the announcement again through the intercom, and if they don't comply, let's say they're aggressive, at that point, I just, you know, write them up, send it off, and call it a day. It is not my job to reach over, close their laptop, and demand that they follow the instructions because I cannot control the passenger. So best thing I can do is just stay in my lane. I have informed them the best as I can to ensure the safety, but I cannot control them. Thankfully, in real life, I've never had to write anyone up, so I'm happy about that. And number 12, my last reflection is that, y'all, my seniority is finally paying off. Okay, let me tell you. This month in January, I'm not a line holder. I actually got composite lines, so I got like 2 trips. And then the rest of the month was reserve days, which I was a little bit bummed out because I was like, please don't call me. But let me tell you, I have been on reserve for the past 5 days and I have not been called. Your girl has put in the work and finally I can reap the benefits of getting paid to sit at home while on reserve. So I am loving it here. Y'all, you gotta play a role, you gotta do your part, and then one day you're gonna get here too, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed all of those reflections. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, be sure to chat me up down in the comments, y'all. All of these things help boost me in the algorithm. Let's grow the Pristine Posse this year. And I will see you guys in the next video.